Thank you, sir. Always. You're, what they say, preaching to the choir. I don't think there's any doubt about that. You know, first of all, you know, just a tremendous accomplishment by our football team. You know, and that being said, you know, it's so hard to repeat as a champion. That's why, you know, Seattle's struggling a little bit this year. Then you go through the Pac-12, the Big Ten, and the SEC, and those people are having new champions. You know, the Big 12 and I guess Florida State won tonight, the ACC repeated, and it's tough to do. You know, last year it was a thrill, it was exciting. You know, it was hopeful, and this year, you know, it's like I'm saying, it's like we got the windows rolled up and the doors locked because somebody's trying to always get to us. You know, and we're not taking jabs, we're taking haymakers. I mean, they're trying to knock us out, and for our football team to sustain through that, you know, through the season really shows me a lot of substance, you know, in our program and in those players. And, you know, our fan base is unbelievable. I mean, all this deal started last night. We knew it was going to be you know, a hyped up atmosphere. Our kids were just great. You know, I walked around the students last night. They're all camped out. And it just, I mean, it just humbles you. I love young people. And I love young people that are, you know, that have vision, that are innocent, and that are doing things for the right reasons. And that's the way our kids are here. And then, you know, this morning at game day, they were just tremendous. And then, you know, the atmosphere tonight was second to none. I mean, you can't find a better stadium, you know, in the United States of America to play a football game on the Brazos River, you know, with the bridge that we have and the atmosphere there. So it's a big thrill, it's a big privilege, and I'm very thankful to be a part of it. Played a very good Kansas State team. We knew they were going to be tough. I mean, they're number 9 in the country for a reason. You know, I mean, they're good. They're a well-coached football team that really plays within themselves. It's like I was saying before the game. We have to be better at what we do than what they're good at what they do. I mean, we had to be better at what we do, which is being explosive, scoring points, better than how they play the game, which is being patient, working down the field, you know, getting their points and shortening the game. I think we had 12 snaps in the third quarter. But we had 14 points, you know, and that we knew that going in. It's always a tough draw, and they're a senior-laden team, so it's a big win. It's a big win for our football team and for Baylor University.
Coach in the back, Tim O'Donnell, KXXV. Congratulations. What was your conversation like with Commissioner Bowlesby at the back of the stage tonight? And do you believe that you stated your case to be the one true champion of the Big 12?
I don't think I should have to, but apparently, you know, I do. Because I think he came out publicly and said that, you know, if we end up winning and TCU end up winning today, which is what happened, that he would present to the committee us as co-champs. You know, that's what I think I was told that he said. And that was just my deal. I mean, you know, if you're going to slogan around and say there's one true champion, then all of a sudden you're going to, you know, go out the back door instead of going out the front. I mean, don't say one thing and do another. You know, that's my whole deal. I mean, if they'd have said from the get-go, you know, we got co-champs, they're always going to be co-champs, head-to-head doesn't matter. I'm okay with it. But don't say one thing and do another. And I'm not obligated to him. I'm obligated to Baylor University and our football team. And that's, you know, we just happen to be a part of the Big 12. And we happen to be the champion 2 years in a row. So they need to be obligated to us because we're helping the Big 12's image in the nation.
Pure news from KCN in the back here, Coach. With that, right here, Coach.
Yep.
With that being said, do you believe that you've proved that, and in your heart, do you believe you're one of the 4 best teams in the country?
Certainly I do. You know, I mean, my case would be, you know, take the top 10 universities in the nation, put them on the wall, take the names off of them, all right, and then look at the resumes, and then find 4 that are better. You know, now Oklahoma not winning that, you know, affects us a little bit. That hurt because they were a top 20 team and they'll probably drop. But when we played them, they were number 15 in America. And when we played them up there, they're number 15. We probably had the best road win out of anybody in the nation this year because that's a hard place to go win. We beat a top 5 team, you know, and we beat a top 10 team. So my case would be if Coach Opson, who is a Hall of Fame coach, if Nebraska had our resume, would you have him in the Final Four? Barry Alvarez at Wisconsin. If Wisconsin had a resume, would you have them in the Final Four? Tyrone Willingham, Stanford, Washington, Notre Dame. If they had our resume, would you vote them in the Final Four? That would have been my case. I mean, just, look at the resumes and then make a decision. We played 6 home games this year. 6. This was our 6th home game night. Everybody else in front of us played 7. Now, we can say it doesn't matter, but it does. I would much rather play Kansas State here than not in Manhattan, Kansas. I've been up there twice and got beat 31-30 and beat them 35-25. It makes a difference. We played 6 home games. Everybody else played 7. They can talk about the non-conference schedule. We traveled 1,500 miles on a 6-day notice to a Friday night blackout game in the largest crowd in Buffalo history. All right, other people had people come to them. Some of the teams in front of us never really had a road game. They had neutral sites for road games, but never went to another person's, home field. Makes a difference. I'm a coach, I know.
Jahan J. Roger Baylor, Coach, what do you think it added for the program to have College Game Day here today?
I think that's pretty easy. I mean, honestly, that's a real innocent question that's got a magnitude of an answer, because, there's one game picked in America, they picked ours. It's a phenomenal feat. I don't know when's the last time they were on a campus in the state of Texas. Somebody probably knows, I don't. I'm thinking back through 3 or 4 years, I can't think of any university they've been on in Texas. They chose Baylor. They chose Baylor because we have a great stadium, we have a great name, and we have a great football team, and we have great alumni. I mean, we've got Bob Simpson here. He's one of our founders. We got John Eddie Williams here. He's one of them. If you look around, you'll see his name on the scoreboard. Walter Humphrey was here tonight. I'm sure Jim Turner was here. Paul Foster, Clifton Robinson. Drayton McClain. Those people made it happen. You can say what you want. I love Floyd Casey. We won a conference championship there. We only lost 1 game in like 3 years. I'm not sure they'd have been here if we were still at Floyd Casey. That's fact. I like to deal in facts.
Jerry Fraley, Dallas, what will you do tomorrow?
We'll get up here and, go to work. We're coaches. We'll come up here and see what's going on. We'll figure out where we're going recruiting. Actually, recruiting started last week. We weren't able to go out because we're still playing, so we got 8 days, including tomorrow. So we'll get on the road and get recruiting, but, we'll live through the 11:30 deadline and see what happens. And then I guess we'll find out, after that, what the bowl situation might be. Is that what's going to happen sometime tomorrow? And then we'll meet with our players and let them have a heads up on what's going on, and we'll go from there.
Will you watch?
I hadn't watched it all year, so I'm not going to start tomorrow. I'm sure I'll get told what usually happens. I'm not sure me watching is going to make a difference. We did what we had to do. We're arguably in the best conference in America, or you could say the 2nd best conference by power ratings. We've won it 2 years in a row. That's a feat. That's something that should have a little teeth in it. And I think that's non-debatable. Everybody can say, well, you did it this way or that way. You did it. If you play Tiger Woods and he beats you 4 strokes, and he's 4 strokes better than you. I could say, I double bogeyed one, I hit one out of bounds one. It doesn't matter. You either win or you don't win. If you beat him by 3 strokes, then he'll man up, take his hat off, shake your hand, say, you beat me. That's just the way it is. It's not subjective.
Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. Art, particularly coming off the concussion from last week, the importance of this game, was this Briles maybe at his best that you've seen him?
No, he was good. We felt like he would be good today. I really thought he had, had 3 or 4 touchdown passes. I don't think he had one, but he had one. The completion percentage was way up. We felt good about our plan going in. And, I thought that he, I thought he played tremendous. We put him in a bad bind down there on 1st and goal from the 9. We get a penalty, which I feel like kept us from, I think we're up 14-0 at the time, maybe 7-0. Would have put us up 14-0. 2nd drive, but, that's our fault. We got smart and tried to do something we hadn't done all year, and it backfired on us. I thought he was phenomenal, and he's been a great leader. And him and Jameis Winston are the only two quarterbacks that have repeated as champions in the United States of America. That's a big deal. Jameson is in good company.
Coach Dan Wetzel, Yahoo Sports. You talked about the general subject, but I just wanted to know, what did you specifically say to Commissioner Bowlesby up on the stage, and what did you say back?
I like seeing him. I mean, we saw him last year for a trophy presentation, saw him again tonight for a trophy presentation. So I like it. I mean, my deal is, it's kind of like me being the head coach of the football team. If I've got to support one of our players and I feel like he needs support and he's in the right, then I'm going to support him. I'll go out of my way to make things best for him because that's my job. It's my obligation. That's why I coach. I want to see kids be successful. If I'm the commissioner of the league, then, these universities are his kids, I would think. And so, you love them all the same, but sometimes you have to differentiate between, who you present as one or two. And that was kind of the gist of the conversation. I mean, don't go public and, say that we're going to present as co-champs. If our bylaws say, head-to-head determines who goes into a bowl game, if neither one of us are in the top four. I think that's what it says. Is that right, Ian? So, John Eddie as my counsel, if I get out of line, Bob will cover my fine. So, yeah, so I'm in good shape. Like I said, my obligation is to Baylor University, not to the Big 12.
Now, let's get our money's worth, is what I'm
But that's good. I appreciate y'all being here. I mean, all the credit goes to our players. Things you control. We control what we can control, and that's winning on the football field and repeating as Big 12 champions. So thank y'all so much.
Two more questions.
George Schroeder, USA Today. To be clear, do you feel like not being presented as sort of the single champion hurts you in the eyes of the committee somehow?
I certainly do. There's no question about it. I mean, it makes it easy on those, 15? I don't know how many there are, 12. The committee people in there. Yeah, I mean, if like I said, if Jeff Long was sitting there and he asked him, who's representing the Big 12, because the Big 12 is one of the top two conferences in the United States of America. And he says, we're sending Baylor. That's our representative. Then they got to look long and hard at that because they know they won one of the toughest leagues in the United States of America. That's what I think.
Or would you like to see something going forward where they have something written down and actually follow the policy, go through with it the way they said they would?
I mean, I think they do. The thing that's tough on this is all new for all of us. I mean, we've been living under BCS for 12 years or whatever it's been in existence. And all this just came up this year, and nobody had any idea what was going to happen, how it was going to end up, and we're finally getting to deal with it. I've kept my mouth shut because, there was no teeth in anything I was saying until we won tonight. Now, we accomplished, our goal that we started trying to accomplish last January, 340 days when we got back from the Fiesta Bowl. That's repeat as Big 12 champions.
Anything else for the Briles?
Thank y'all.